Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you are watching this. We are here to talk about some league action. Leeds United travel to Vicarage Road on Tuesday night to take on playoff chasing Watford. Tom Cleverley's Watford, and Leeds United will be aiming to make it three league victories on the spin. Obviously, we saw the car crash that was a defeat at Ellen Road against Millwall. Twice now we've been defeated by them, coincidentally. So we owe them one. And when they come back to Ellen Road in the league, we'll see. We will be there. But it is now focusing on the league. No more distractions for Leeds United. 15 games to go up, win the title, and be a Premier League club. And I'm very confident we can do that. I'm very confident we can get back to winning ways this weekend. We are top of the Championship table, 2 points above Sheffield United, 7 now over Sunderland, and of course I think 5 over Burnley, while Watford are currently sitting in 10th, 3 points outside of the playoff spots, which is crazy when you consider in the last 4 they only have a point, and that was at Sunderland. They almost defeated Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, a team that have not yet faced a defeat at home. Obviously, Leeds came very close, and if it weren't for a Meslier blunder, we would have beaten them. Thankfully, Meslier was in tip-top form against Coventry, and hopefully we see more of the same. Darlow, although didn't have much to do, didn't cover himself in glory. So he's the best of a bad bunch, but he did, put one tick in the positive section to outweigh them negatives, and hopefully his form continues now till the end of the season. Now, as I say, on to Watford. They haven't actually won in the league since January the 18th, which isn't for great reading, especially when you consider how many games have been during that time in the Championship, but did get a draw up at Sunderland on the back of 3 straight defeats. Them defeats coming against Preston, Coventry and Norwich. When you hear them names, Preston, Coventry and Norwich, it's a little bit Championship. Leeds United, for me, are a Premier League team in waiting and shouldn't really be overly concerned about Watford. I do worry about their physical presence. I do worry about the qualities of Cech Fatadza, for example. But what I will say on Georgie Cech Fatadza, a player that your boy said wouldn't mind coming in as a 10, not the only one, of course, a few mentioned it. He didn't have to compete with Ampadu or Gruev during that time. That was during a time when there were injuries. We saw Cantwell and him have very good games during that period in that space with someone like Gruev in. And I do think he will opt for Gruev. If we look at his performance away at Coventry, they had a 3-man midfield. If we look at his performance away at Burnley, he was tasked with the job of dealing with Josh Brownhill. I think we'll see something similar with Cech Fatadza. I think Strauch, having just come through 90 against Millwall, will still stay on the bench and hopefully will be ready for Sunderland next Monday and then have Ampadu back in midfield. But I think Gruev alongside Tanaka will help combat that. And it's a good partnership that works away from home. Then when we go to home, we allow Rothwell off the leash, right? Rothwell, the Rottweiler. And as poor as Watford have been in the league of late, they are pretty decent at home. Farker mentioned it in his pre-match presser. They've only been beaten 4 times on home soil in the league, which I know doesn't mirror team like Leeds United, doesn't mirror a team like Burnley, but for a team that are currently in 10th chasing the playoffs to only lose 4 times at home is decent. But Leeds United have sorted their away form out now as well. I think we're like 3rd or 4th in the league. Obviously, we know we're tip-top for home form, but away from home, that's improved massively. And we are unbeaten in the Championship since the end of November, which, to think that, Watford haven't won since January 18th, where we haven't lost since November, is wild. And we've won 4 of our last 5 Championship matches. And this, I don't know how many times we've won 3 on the spin. It could be one of the first times, actually. I remember we would go 3 games in 7 days and always struggle to win that 3rd. So hopefully we can get that hoodoo off our back and make it 3 straight, Championship wins on the spin. 9 goals in 2 games as well. We've found our shooting boots. Solomon and James are just quality. They seem to find each other. Pirro has finally, got that poor form. It was poor form for a period off his back, and he looks firing. So yeah, I'm confident. Bogle's getting in amongst it. Firpo assist machine. So I'm expecting some more goals, and I'd love another clean sheet. Although I think Watford have chances to score and may score. I mean, my prediction is 2-0. I still think we'll keep a clean sheet, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were to get one. And look, if Leeds United score first, it's good night Vienna. You know, Leeds United are a joke when scoring first. Only dropped points in terms of drawing games a couple of times. It's just win, 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 win. I think we've won 11 games on the spin since we last drew, which was against Rotherham, by the way, when scoring first. It is insane. So yeah, and to further add to that, we're unbeaten in our last 5 games against Watford in all competitions. So that again is a good omen. It's a good stat. And that was a 2-1 victory, of course, at Ellen Road as well. More recently, they were actually really good in the second half, and if it weren't for their keeper throwing a few in, it could have been a very different game. And they did make it a tough night. Truth be told, that second half was pretty tough going. The physicality in midfield of the likes of Sissoko, and then they had Czech Fatadza, of course. Lauser as well scored a worldie against Sunderland, so he's hitting some form, and he's a player that a lot of clubs were looking at previously in the past. So if he starts to hit some form as well, it can only be a positive for Watford. But they're playing Leeds United. Leeds United are by far and away the best team in this division. I think everyone's starting to recognise that now, even Leeds United fans. And of course, I say that because as a fan base, not just us, but every fan base is more critical of their own sides. And then you watch others and they go, oh, they've got this and we ain't got that. But if we're being honest and being fair to Leeds United and Farker and the lads on the pitch, we are far and away the best team in the division, the best squad in the division, playing the best football. Sunderland probably can chat to that, scoring the most goals. If it weren't for Burnley being as good as they were at the back, conceding the least goals, like every key metric Leeds United are hitting. And, I'm very confident. And do you know what? We could do with a win in this one, just considering the games that are around the corner. 2 Monday night footballs against Sunderland and Sheffield United, and then a resurgent West Brom under Tony Mowbray. But it'll be a different test, that West Brom game as well, because they'll come and play. So I like that. I like our chances in that one. But I've said, for a while now, people who watch regularly, this is a massive pivotal time for Leeds United. If we come out at the end of March having, let's say, won 3 on the spin, it's done. It's done. I'm hearing Liverpool fans talk about like 12 points from the next possible 15. It's done. Leeds United, if we were to get, 12 out of a possible 12, even 10, you're looking at that table now and going, it's done. It's done. And the reason I keep mentioning Liverpool, because every time they win the league, we win the league below. So it's what it is. Be nice for them to win a league while we're in the same league, though. I wish we didn't have to be the league below, but it's a good omen. And I'm big on my ornaments. Michael Owens. Anyway, I'm rambling now and stumbling and bumbling. So let me go for my score prediction. Leeds United 2, Watford 0, goals for Pirro and Solomon. And that's it. And then we look forward to that bumper of a tie against Sunderland next Monday. I can't wait for it. Thanks as always for watching the Just Joe Football Show. Enjoy your day. I'll be back live tomorrow for the game. We've also got Wednesday night where Sheffield United and Burnley all play at the same time, so we can watch that. So that's good. Plenty to look forward to. Plenty, in the future coming around the corner, not least Premier League promotion. So I'll see you in a bit. Thanks as always. Leeds.